power Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer. Boom, chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage stitches through his threads in the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind.
Like the story of Dracula, or at least his origin story, as a tragedy.
We take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg exposed. Marvel the DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. With the narrators of myths.
Oh my god.
Wow, holy shit, shapeshifter. The shapeshifter.
Open the doors, it's a super breakdown. We're cracking the code.
Let's touch on Blackheart real quick. Just some shit and get.
From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride.
Mic check, mic check. Sorry about that, everyone. Mic check, Jay.
Yep, you are good, man.
All right. Sorry about that. Don't know what that was, but welcome back to another awesome episode of the Super Breakdown. Power Maximus. We're here with the Darth Legacy himself, Jason M40. Everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage. He's having some technical difficulty, but he will be with us as soon as he possibly can. This is an interesting one, all right? Characters that don't really get talked about too much until I don't know, until like somebody does something cool or something big with them. They don't really get talked about too much. I'm talking about Nightcrawler, Mystique, and Rogue.
Here we go.
Yeah. As all my gamers know, Rogue just got dropped not too long ago in Marvel Rivals, and she is an absolute monster, as you would expect. I'm waiting for him to add Nightcrawler. It'll be dope if they add Mystique. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so we're here.
I can't even picture that. Like that would be crazy.
Oh yeah, man. Nightcrawler teleportation ability in Marvel Rivals would be insane. It would be insane.
Yeah,
they'd have to nerf that shit like the beginning, like as soon as they drop it, the first patch after him, he got to get nerfed. But no, we are talking about Family Mystique. Talking about Mystique, her son Nightcrawler, and her daughter Rogue. But we're going through all three of them. We're going to talk about their connection together, what ties them together. Because it should be interesting. Out of the X-Men, Jay, who's your favorite? Out of your favorite X-Men?
I mean, when I was younger, I was super into Tin Man. I thought he was so cool. Just the fact that you could instantly make your body metal and just like clobber someone. Just the thought of that was so appealing to me. I guess.
Colossus, yeah.
And probably I don't want to say Wolverine because that's a little cliche.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I mean everyone loves Wolverine for the most part.
Yeah. Cyclops is cool too. I like Cyclops.
For me, it would definitely be Nightcrawler. Then Cyclops, and then, I don't know, like Iceman.
Oh, there you
go. That would be my top. That would be my top three right there. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this one because Nightcrawler. He's like I said, he's in my top three favorite characters. He's incredibly versatile. His power is incredibly unique. And way deeper than a lot of people really like
understand. Yeah,
exactly. Than people really understand. But I feel like it's been fleshed out very well though. And whatever media you're watching, whether you're reading it on paperback or you're watching him animate it. I don't think they haven't gone into it in any of the live action, but that'd be really cool if they did. But I know they definitely talked about on X-Men Evolutions, like what his powers really are, the connection behind them, and stuff like that.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, so let's get into it. Let's get into Nightcrawler here. Nightcrawler, also known as Kurt Wagner.
Kurt Wagner.
Yes. So a lot of people don't really know this, but I mean, or if you're a real fan of comics, you know this. Nightcrawler is also the son of Mystique and the demon Azazel. I know they recently did a retcon of his origin, but we're just gonna leave it at that. But Nightcrawler is a superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, of course, as always. And he's most commonly associated with the X-Men, created by Dave Cockrum. I always chuckle. I can never not chuckle. And he debuted in Giant Size X-Men #1.
I just wouldn't want to have that name in school. You know what I'm saying?
He just said completely forget about the character, just that name in general.
Cockrum.
Yeah.
Cockrum.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? You got to be proud of the guy because obviously it's inevitable. You can't say that he wasn't bullied and he's done something. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's just so unfortunate. Anyway, so Nightcrawler, with his secret identity, Kurt Wagner, is a member of pretty much the X-Men. He's been a part of a few other groups too. Like I believe he was a part of Excalibur at one point, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was something to do with Krakoa. I think it was like a council of Krakoa or something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been around. But
he has. Yeah, like he's been around. He's been like I mean, just from what I've researched on, like there's a couple arcs that he's popular in.
No, yeah, absolutely. I see. Here's my thing. I never actually ended up reading a lot of, like I said last episode, like my comic book journey just really started not too long ago. So I haven't really got into any of the pretty much Nightcrawler led stories, which really sucks. But I definitely plan on getting into it. Now with this character, we all know about his teleportation, his agility, flexibility. He has night vision. Right, he has a prehensile tail. He camouflages in the shadows. He's a superb acrobat, fencer, hand-to-hand combat. This man is deadly. Man is deadly. Yet he prefers to be more pacifist than anything. If he doesn't have to start throwing hands, he doesn't want to have to throw hands. But like in early comic books, they kind of depicted him as being like happy-go-lucky, practical joker, and a teaser. And then he's like, he had like this. They gave him this motif for kind of like a pirate, like buckler or whatever. Which I like that design. I enjoyed that design and that style for him too.
It's like a rogue, like his own way type deal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can appreciate that.
And I feel like for me, it really plays deep into his sword skills as well. So oh my god, his sword skills are absolutely ridiculous. Like, have you watched any of the X-Men '97?
Yeah,
man,
it's sick.
Man, literally, that is one of my favorite fucking fight scenes. Fucking Nightcrawler and Wolverine in that bedroom fighting all the damn creatures that are taken over by like what was his name? Something with a B.
Yeah, yeah. I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
Baron
about.
something, but no, that shit was insane. And then like when he grabs Wolverine, Wolverine claws into him, and he fucking teleports with Wolverine. That scene is just crazy. It like kind of warps them in and then warps them back out.
Yeah. Yep.
He's like, I'll never get used to that.
People don't think about, like, you know, where do they go?
Yeah, and that's something that I really found interesting about X-Men Evolutions. They had like a whole episode specifically, and I'm pretty sure I've talked about this in older episodes as well, just because this one episode put like it's like burned into my mind. And essentially they put like he had like a watch on him that would actually slow down his teleportation, because they were kind of trying to track like where when he came from, because every time he teleports he has like the smell of brimstone, right?
Yes. Yep.
And so they slowed him down to kind of find out that like when he teleports through like a hellscape pocket dimension to
Which is
get to
crazy.
to get to where where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's sick, man. I always thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that. And then they had like all the creatures from the hellscape, because he slowed down the portal too much, so it wasn't closing like it was supposed to.
Yep.
Nah, yeah, that shit was sick. That whole fucking storyline was absolutely sick. Now I'll be straight with you. I don't really be knowing too much about Mystique, and like I love her as a character. I love her abilities, and then I know like her abilities like evolved to the point where she's not only just like taking on the appearance of of a character, but then she's able to actually like get to a point of like actually using their powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's able to like completely copy their powers and like
Which
one
is
run.
pretty, like, astonishing. It's not she can't fully copy, like she can't copy Wolverine's healing, for example, right?
So there's like I think there's most definitely like a limit as to like what she can replicate, what she can copy. But I know that there's like certain powers that like she can't do. So like physical abilities, so like Wolverine's claws, she would be able to do that because that's a physical like
Yes.
thing on him. I don't think she'll be able to like mimic like Jean Grey's telepathy or anything like that.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
like
Gotcha.
yeah, but like a character like Juggernaut, she'll be able to, replicate his size and shit like that. His size and
When
mass.
when uh when I first saw Mystique in X-Men 1, the original X-Men 1
hmm
movie, the way that they portrayed her, climbing up backwards up a pole, escaping,
Yeah, that scene was fucking creepy.
it was very it was very out there with what they were trying to portray her with, like,
hmm
as. I really appreciate what they did later on, in the newer movies.
hmm
You get to see a little bit more like what a person would do if they had the ability to look like anyone.
Yeah, I agree, but I also felt like they cut down on like, and then again, this is no shots towards Jennifer Lawrence too much on this, but like just her portrayal of like a young Mystique, I felt was like too kind of tame in a way,
Um,
right? I mean,
you know
like
what?
she was like
I can agree.
she was like off the leash kind of thing, like doing her own thing and shit like that. But I felt like the other actress, I forget her name, who initially portrayed her in the first X-Men films. I just think that she kind of brought out more of that the ferocity of the character. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was different. It definitely was different.
Yeah, so Jennifer Lawrence definitely portrayed her very, very, very differently. More even I feel like she went more the more calculated route, I would say,
It was almost
than
like it's almost like Jennifer Aniston's Aniston. Oh, God, Lawrence's portrayal was more like personable, human,
yes. Yep. Okay.
and not mutant. Human.
Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. I felt like it was kind of like more grounded, right? She wasn't anyone's lackey. She wasn't anyone's, pawn anymore. She was kind of out just kind of doing her own thing. Um
Mm.
but then to later on down the line, end up kind of like coming back to Magneto and working with him, especially with the Brotherhood and stuff like that. Because at one point she was the leader of the Brotherhood before
Yeah.
Magneto took over.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, at least she was one of the ranking members of the Brotherhood of Mutants. At that time,
She was like the one behind the scenes making things happen.
mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep, 100%. So I don't know. I've always enjoyed Mystique's character. Um, but like this woman, like she's been around. Like even when it comes to the team affiliation, okay, not only has she been a part of the Brotherhood of Mutants, but she's also been on the other side as well, working with the X-Men and stuff. Like she's worked with the Astonishing Avengers, Dark X-Men, the Freedom Force. She's worked with the Hand before. She's worked for she was a ranking member in the Hellfire Club for a while there.
Yeah. Yep.
She was a member of Shield as well. So
Look,
yeah, she's been fucking everywhere.
she's been around, man. She's been around. She's
Mhm.
not a new character whatsoever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but my thing about her as well is the fact that like Mystique, she goes where she has the highest survivability. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She really kind of
Yeah.
like what's gonna best serve me in this situation. To stay on the bad guy's side and rock this out, or should I kind of cut tails and work with the good guys on this one?
She's in it for herself.
Yeah, absolutely. That's been like a prime thing for her, like survivability and stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
100%.
now I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Mystique going in. I know I'm jumping way forward, but we know that the original actor who played Mystique from the original X-Men films, Rebecca remained. We know that she's coming back. But here's the thing: did they? I don't remember if they announced Jennifer Lawrence.
You know what? I don't know if they did. I think I don't want to say facts that aren't true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that I don't think she is. For some reason my brain is telling me that didn't she have like an issue last time
Huh.
portraying Mystique?
I think I don't know. I vaguely remember some kind of controversy around her as well. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
remember. I'm not. I don't want to say that this happened. This was
yeah,
it. You know, we're not going to do that. Who knows? Like the
yeah,
reasoning why,
but
if she is in the upcoming films, that's cool.
my thing is, like I said, when it comes to the films, I want to see how they're going to really, one, how they're going to use Nightcrawler, two, how they're going to use Mystique, and we actually haven't seen anything for Rogue just yet.
No, we haven't. No, we
So
haven't.
that's
And you know
another
what?
character.
You know what? If they are bringing both the older generations of the X-Men team and the newer generations, and if they're
Mhm.
bringing them together, what if we then get introduced to a more adult, grown-up Rogue than the Rogue that we saw in the past that they portrayed in the X-Men? That would be cool.
Mm. What's up, Lady Mandalore? Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, thank you. She says the rumor has it that so this is about the Jennifer Lawrence. So she
Uh,
hasn't been announced yet, but the rumors were about like complaining about the body makeup and stuff. Yeah,
oh boy.
that's what I remember happening. That's what I remember
Yep.
happening there.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. You know
but
what? I can understand her point of view from it, like as like, you know, kind of like a misogynistic thing. You know what I mean?
no, I mean my big thing is that like,
But it's
and
the
we've also heard
character.
it. Yeah, but we've also heard that, I've heard that, she's, kind of rough to work with sometimes as well from like other sets and stuff like that.
I've also heard
Um,
that as well. Yep. Same here.
but I mean, I wouldn't put that past her. But at the same time, like you just said, that's the character. Um,
Correct. That is the way the character was designed. She's
because
not meant to like be portrayed with clothes. She's meant to be
well,
portrayed with a certain skin that can copy anything.
yeah, I think that they wanted to go that way in the movie so that they can show off their ability to create that shape shifting effect. Me, preferably, I prefer the like the white dress Mystique. I prefer that version of Mystique with the guns on the holsters, the skulls on the belt. Um,
Mm,
that
mm.
the short red hair, that's Mystique I like because I just felt like it fit her character. She had kind of like a spy motif, kind of thing going on. That's really kind of like what she was supposed to be, being able to turn into anyone. She can be
Correct.
anyone
Yeah.
inside any room,
A a
as a fly in the wall.
subterfuger, and like a spy, uh,
Hmm.
being able to topple whole governments. You know what I mean? Like behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's what she is capable of because she can look like anybody. But how do you portray something that can morph into anything? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but even if you look at Jennifer Lawrence's portrayal of Mystique, how
I think
often
she
was she really blue?
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I think that right there might be what we're talking about because I definitely noticed that as well. That like Jennifer Lawrence, she wasn't blue often at all in her runs whatsoever.
No. And if you
I
think
can
about
like
it, like a mutant as Mystique would not be ashamed to look like Mystique, like
well,
her
here's the
normal form.
thing, like she did initially, when she was younger, she definitely did, but
Oh yes, that is true.
yeah,
Yeah.
but over time, she kind of grew out of that and was like, yeah, this is me. I'm blue, you know, and that's when she kind of really fell into, the use of her abilities and stuff like that. Um, I mean, we see that alluded to in the original X-Men as well. We see that clearly in the prequels like First Class and stuff like that. How
Yeah.
she's very ashamed of being blue. And
Yeah.
then they use that to kind of build her connection with Hank. Um,
Yes.
but I would have definitely appreciated if like the character was blue more often than not, because I mean that's the whole kind of like staple of the character.
Exactly.
All right. I don't. Yeah. So I don't know if that's the reason why we're not getting a lot of blue Mystique, but it could be. It definitely could be. Now
Could
again,
be.
my thing is I just want to see how they're gonna do Rogue in this version. Like, you know what I mean? The MCU version of Rogue. Or are they having the original actor come back to play her? You know what I mean? What was her name? Anna. I can never pronounce.
Yeah, I could not tell you
Yeah,
what the
I can
actress
never
name
pronounce her
was,
last name.
but
But
I think she was great. She
I did
did a
too.
great job. Like,
Yeah, I felt like she did a great job for the Rogue that they gave her.
yes,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Because
It's not like they had her. Yes, yeah.
I was looking for more of a Rogue, like talks like a Southern belle, but will rock you like Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just couldn't, and we didn't really get that rock'em sock'em, what the hell with you then if you don't, if you can't get with it type Rogue. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But like I said, I enjoyed the Rogue that she played. I just really wish that we got to see more of her. Like we got to see her have a bigger role in Days of Future Past. Which to my understanding, like that, the way they did it in the film was actually not how it was done in the comic books. To my understanding, in the comic books, it was actually Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat, that played the role that they had Rogue play in Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was Shadowcat who had the ability to essentially pull Wolverine's consciousness into a past self. Like her powers had evolved like that far.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm interested. Go ahead.
Yeah, that made sense. That evolvement of her power made sense.
Yes. So my interest is, are they going to make a nod to the familial ties of these three characters in any shape or way in this? Because again, you got Mystique, you have Nightcrawler. I don't think Rogue was confirmed for Doomsday. I don't think she was. I don't think she was announced. But that would be pretty dope if we got her, or just if they went more that kind of true to comic book kind of Rogue.
Well, here's my thing. If they have to try to bring the nostalgia that was felt, when you watch the first, the first three X-Men films, whether or not they were good or bad on your own opinion, that's not my point.
Mm-hmm.
My point is the nostalgia that you felt, especially with the first two, that you felt watching those films.
Mm-hmm.
If they have to make that be felt again in what they do and what their plan is, and I think if they start bringing back these characters, she was a major part. That's my point. She was a major part. And
no, I 100% agree with you. Like,
yeah, if that's the mood that you're trying to attain, then you need these characters together.
Yeah, that's kind of like really, really my thing with it. It's just like making sure that, because that's like they're drawing us in by saying, oh, we got this character, we got that character.
Yes,
but
yes, that's my
It needs to be like, all right, I need to see this character, but I need to feel what I felt when I first saw this character. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you are going to explain such a character change, because again, like I said, the rogue that we see in the comic books and animated is not the rogue that we saw in the original X-Men films.
No.
I
mean,
let's see.
like,
Kevin Davis says Disney isn't going to reboot MCU no matter what the Hollywood trade's saying. No, absolutely. I think once they're done, they're done.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I don't think they're really gonna. I don't know. I think Secret Wars might be it for the MCU. I'm kind of hoping that it is, because I'm kind of like,
personally, I hope that they put a fork in it. You know what I mean? I think that they've achieved all that they could. Especially with
the Avengers specifically.
Yes, correct. That's what I'm specifically talking about.
Yeah. I think we talked about it last episode. The Doomsday episode.
Correct. That's where we mentioned it. We were talking about how much juice they can squeeze out of this orange. It's bone dry almost.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the party. Lord Triage. Welcome, brother. What's
up, y'all? Yeah. My bad. I was having some technical difficulties tonight.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It happens to us all the time. Very, very often.
We're glad you're here.
Yes.
So we were just mentioning, we were talking about how Rogue, Mystique, and Nightcrawler, if they're trying with the upcoming releases of like Doomsday and the films Secret Wars coming out and stuff like that, if they need to try to attain the feelings that people got when they saw the first X-Men films, and if that's what they're trying to have people feel, then the whole point is they have to bring these characters together. They have to portray certain characters, of course, and bring certain characters back. And I even mentioned maybe we'll see an adult version of a Rogue. Like maybe they'll bring in another actor to portray her, we were basically saying after that we don't think there's much more that they can do anyway. Yeah. So that's about where we got.
I'm not sure whether they would go old school stories or new school stories, who they would use, who they wouldn't. From what I'm reading, all the information states that the new villain of the X-Men's biggest antagonist is going to be Sinister. So now, has anyone seen the most recent reveal by Chris Claremont?
No, I don't think so.
So apparently, Chris Claremont clarified and made it public knowledge that originally Gambit was supposed to be revealed to be a clone of Sinister.
Whoa.
What?
In the comic books?
Yes, like he was supposed to be like this sleeper agent who was working for him all along, because you got to remember, and it would tie in perfectly because you got the whole reveal where it's revealed Sinister nerfed Gambit's power.
Yeah.
And then the whole thing with Gambit becoming the Horseman Death, and then like his ability to manipulate kinetic energy, like that plays so well once he becomes Death. So it's like maybe.
Oh my God! It makes so much sense.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! My mind is exploding.
Yeah, that. Because isn't it that Gambit is already like there's some connection between him and Cable as well.
So in the 97 cartoon series, well, if we're still calling it the 97, in the cartoon series from the 90s, Cable comes back to stop Gambit, because it was revealed Gambit killed Senator Kelly, and that's what led to the Days of Future Past storyline with the whole thing with the Sentinels wiping everybody out.
Yeah.
So that was the connection as far as Cable and Gambit went, as far as I know. In the comics, I want to say it was Kitty Pryde who came back. And then once again, it got revealed in the series that it wasn't Gambit, but it was Mystique who was posing as Gambit.
Oh, fudge.
Oh yeah, yep, that part. I don't know. For some reason, I thought there was like Gambit is like plays a big part in like how like shit goes down. He was like in hiding and he like assumed like a different name or some shit. Man, I can't remember the fucking comic, the storyline, but there was another connection between the two of them. That looked like on some like hatred type shit.
Between Sinister and Gambit?
No, between Gambit and Cable.
Oh, like
I don't remember
you're
that.
talking about like Nemesis type shit. Right?
Yeah, because apparently, like you said, Gambit had played a part in what ended up causing the Days of Future Past storyline. I don't know. It let me look it up. Let me send it to you guys because that shit was fucking insane. But no, what I wanted to know is how they are going to attempt to portray this connection, because I cannot go another fucking few films with Nightcrawler and Mystique being in the same fucking room and no one mentioning
elephants in the
any
room,
kind
yeah.
of connection. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's my
what
question.
we were talking about before initially, like, yeah.
Well, my question is three things. One is casting, who's playing who, because they've already stated that the X-Men are going to have all new casting of characters. Now, once again, I feel some of the casting choices have been purely off star power, because say what you want about Jennifer Lawrence is not the Mystique I grew up reading about.
No, that's exactly what I was saying too.
We were discussing that earlier, actually. Oh my gosh. It's like the three of us still talk, even if the three of us aren't even together. You know what's crazy?
Yeah. So, like, I don't think her portrayal was bad per se, but it's also one of those things like where flushing out a character who's very complex can sometimes be extremely hard in a short period of time. Now, once again, some people might say 2 hours is not a short period of time, but it depends on what we're talking about.
No, but I was just saying that I felt like her portrayal wasn't as what word did I use earlier? Visceral.
I stated that Jennifer Lawrence portrayed Mystique more human than mutants. And that is what I stated.
Yeah.
And that's what I didn't really, because that's not, when you think of Mystique, you don't think of human. You think of a mutant hell-bent on revenge and her own agenda and doing anything she possibly can, not letting anyone get in her way. That's the Mystique I think of. Acting, not like a raging animal, but
calculated and like cunning and prepared to get the job done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's
not what I got from Jennifer Lawrence's portrayal.
Yes,
that's what I got from Rebecca's portrayal. But Jennifer Lawrence, I felt was kind of way too kind of tame, and I don't know. And I agree with Jay. It felt like, I don't know, a more human portrayal of the character. Rather than
my emotions got hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. That's like the best way I can describe it.
I think the gap isn't bridged as well with her. So, for example, like I want to make a power reference, but I know you guys don't watch it.
Try me.
No. So okay, I'll just go with the one I was gonna say. So look at Fassbender and look at Ian McCain. So you can see how Michael Fassbender becomes Ian McCullen.
I see what you're saying.
Like you can see how he slowly goes from being the fighter to the soft spoken militant leader. Like you know what I mean? Like Eric Fassbender soldier is more of a soldier, more forthright, more I'm gonna get shit done. Opposed to the older Magneto, which is more not social crusader, but militant socialist. Like I'm gonna rally the army and I'm gonna let them loose.
Yes.
No, I agree with you because
I understand.
we don't get that.
I understand.
We don't get that gap. That you're right. Like I can't see how Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique becomes Rebecca's Mystique.
Yes.
Like there's a scene in X2 where Storm is talking to Nightcrawler, and like Nightcrawler sitting there and he's praying, and she was asking about like his angelic symbols they had carved into his body, which I always took that as being a little different, but I'm not gonna go along with it. So he has a conversation like, you guys are school teachers. She goes, yeah, it's school for people like us, so we could be safe. Safe from what? From everyone else. And he was like, people outside the circus would judge me or be afraid of me, but he was like, I pitied them. So she kind of like steals herself and goes, I gave up on pity a long time ago. So they have like this borderline, this very like intimate moment to me, like where he goes, someone so beautiful should not be so angry. And she goes, she goes, sometimes anger can help you survive. And he goes, and so can faith. So like, I understand the anger of her character, but I don't think it's necessarily shown well through the progression of the actors who have played her.
Okay.
Oh shit, dude! I could not have said that better. No, I like 100%.
Like you see Fassbender, and you understand the way Eric carries, and the way he carries himself. Like she went from trying to find her place to siding with Magneto to being on her own, and it's like I feel like they tried to integrate her character a lot more into the story to the point where it's like, is it necessarily the story itself that needs that much of the character, or is it the success of the actress? Is it one of those things like where it's genuinely good material, or is it plot armor?
Yeah.
And I don't take nothing away from Rebecca Romijn or Jennifer Lawrence. I'm just saying, like, there's a very big gap between their personalities, and like it's not shown well how one becomes the other. Like I can see
it's not in the writing.
Like I can see
it's not there.
I can see Fassbender becoming Ian McCullen. Like I can see James McAvoy becoming Patrick Stewart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like I just want to see that more like portrayed when it comes to the character of Mystique. You know what I mean? Because we always on the comic books, I was saying that we always got like that kind of espionage spy feel from the character and like her role within that universe. You know what I mean? From the dual wielding pistols with silencers on them, to the sleek, white fit, slipping in and out through the shadows.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And I would love to see more of that Mystique. You know what I mean?
Like she should be the ultimate infiltrator. Like you ever watch Leverage?
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly. That's exactly who she should be. I said earlier that somebody who can literally topple whole countries, whole regimes.
Right. And then if you look at like if you look at like the Black Widow movie, like that movie should have had a very big like 007 feel to me, and it didn't.
No, not at all.
Like you said, it should be like she should be a very corporate espionage type character, and I think that's where it falls flat for me. Like you have your acolytes, you have your muscle, but you also got to get in where you fit in.
Check this out. Kev actually just brought up a point a little bit ago in the comics, in the comments. He said, "My only concern with X-Men reboot films, with the Thunderbolts director, will focus on storytelling and less action. In MCU, the fan base will not have that at all." So, and I think that was a big thing. It was more
That's
of
a
an
good
action
point.
film than a spy film. You know
Or
what I
a
mean?
story arc.
And a spy film requires storytelling,
Yeah.
right? So I 100% agree with that. I think it would. Wow, that's pretty cool. That came full circle. But when it comes to the connection between the three of them, and again, we were saying that we don't even think that they even have an actor set to play Rogue, or even if Rogue is going to be in these next set of films.
Yeah, we don't know.
Which sucks because I'd be interested to see an interaction between the three of them. All right, and
yeah.
no, one of those crazy. I didn't even know the connection between Rogue and Mystique until I was watching X-Men Evolution.
It's hinted in the one from the 90s, but it's not. It's done a little bit subtly.
Yeah, yep. But like, and then I made the connection. I was like, wait, because I already knew that. I was like, all right, well, Mystique is Nightcrawler's mom. All right, I know this. And then when I made that connection, I was like, wait, hold up. So that means that Nightcrawler is Rogue's brother. I was like, oh shit, it's a family. Holy shit. I don't know. I was just saying how Nightcrawler is one of my favorite characters, and how different the two characters Rogue and Nightcrawler are. Like, again, if they're going with like a more comic book accurate Rogue or a more animated accurate Rogue, it's gonna be that's gonna be an interesting kind of like connection, because in the way in I think with X-Men Evolution, it was very smooth. It was like, oh, we're siblings, cool, interesting, dope. I got a brother, I got a sister, cool. And that's really how it was. They kind of rocked it like, oh, it was normal.
But see, I always took it as and especially in X-Men Evolution, that Magneto had experimented on Nightcrawler.
Ooh.
And that's why she had fled with him initially, because that's what I always took from it. And it's like, because even Xavier kind of acknowledges that somewhat. But the thing that I thought that was interesting about the two of them in hindsight was the whole thing with them using child soldiers, because if anything, that means that Magneto was always grooming Nightcrawler to be a weapon in the war.
Oh,
yeah.
And then you look at his children. Like if you watched Wolverine the X-Men, you know that all Pietro wanted was his father's approval.
I mean, we also see that in a lot of different iterations. It was also like that in X-Men Evolutions too. Like when they actually found out, oh, he's my father. Excuse me. That's kind of how it always was. One moment. At least that's always what I got from it. Between the two of them, it was like Pietro was always pick me, while Magneto's focus was always more so on Wanda
or Polaris, depending on which version you be watching. Because that was his beef in Wolverine next one, because he's like, oh, she's your heir and I'm your firstborn. He's like, I'm the one who you put in charge of the Brotherhood while you're over here on your utopia. I'm the one you're sending to get shit done. But it's like he looks at Pietro a lot of times almost like a failure. So it's like
Yeah.
in a lot of media, and it's like if anything, I think like they're the definition of their characteristics as people are reflected very poorly in their ways as parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So like with Magneto, like Magneto's almost got the whole like the Batman complex. You know, there's nothing more important than the mission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like,
Wow. Yeah.
but with Mystique, like that's never really clarified. Like you get that she's for mutant superiority, but especially like with the I don't want to trigger you power with the new origin with her being involved with Destiny and the two of them being Nightcrawler's actual parents.
My biggest problem is that it just don't make no goddamn sense. Like I get what they're going for and I get it, but I felt like it's too far out of the way. Like you tried, you know what I mean, to take it that direction. It wasn't that. I don't feel like the story is natural. You know, it didn't feel like there's a lot of natural progression to get to that point. Because I'm all about storytelling, right? I'm all about
You and me
storytelling.
both. You
And
and
if
me
it
both.
makes sense
I
for
get
the
it.
story, then it makes sense for the story. And that's that. You know what I
Yep.
mean? But what makes sense for his story is that his mama was blue and his daddy was a red devil looking creature. So you take
Oh,
the
he's
devil
purple.
looking
Okay.
creature and then you put the blue. It makes sense when you're talking about genetics, because again, it's the X-Men. Their big thing is about genes and genetics.
Yeah, yo, we were watching First Class in the movie theater. It was me and my cousin. Shout out to my cousin Ashley. So I'm sitting there watching the series, and we're sitting there watching the movie, and she goes, "Yo, who's the knockoff Nightcrawler?" And I was like, "That's Nightcrawler's father, actually." And she goes, "Really? Well, who's his mom?" And I go, "Mystique is." And she goes, "Wait, they're Nightcrawler's parents." And I go, "Yeah." She goes, so like she's sitting there and she's silent for a minute. She goes, "Wait a minute. If she's blue and he's red, why is Nightcrawler purple?" And I'm like, "That's actually a great fucking question. I can't answer that."
I mean, technically, he has like a purplish kind of like hue to him, depending on like how he's drawn and how he's inked.
Crazy, man.
Well, not to mention like Nightcrawler also, because then like how does that explain the fact that Nightcrawler has like a whole fucking army in that pocket dimension of like miniature hymns called Banffs, just like Azazel does.
I mean, that might be something that got retconned out. You never know. Like, it all depends on what they rewrote, what they didn't.
Yeah, but I just feel like it was just the story was too good and it made sense. You know what I'm saying? And it just felt like as in like a natural progression for the storyline. You know what I mean? Um, and now this is kind of feels like it's left field. You know, like I don't know. It just felt a little too tried, in my opinion. In my opinion. And it's just like not good story, not good storytelling either.
I get it, man. I mean, I do.
Because it's Destiny. She can literally damn near do anything. She can literally make anything happen, damn near. So it's kind of like I felt kind of like lazy writing. It was like easy, kind of, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh well, let's just use a character that can pretty much do anything and make this happen. Nope, see, it's a thing because this character can do it. You know what I'm saying, Triage?
I do. I definitely hear what you're saying.
Like, I don't know. So yes, it's a sore subject because, like I said, I'm about storytelling, and I just felt like that was poor storytelling. You know, like we talked about with the Killing Joke, making that creative writing choice to have Batgirl and Batman sleep together. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you took creative writing too far there.
I mean, like if you are a true and pure fan, I feel like you wouldn't do that.
Mm.
You would stay respectful to like what you know the source material is to be.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I understand certain things don't translate over properly to screen, and so adjustments need to be made here and there. But just like I don't know, it was I felt like it was like what's the word I'm looking for? A cop out. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't know. But with I've always been interested in like the connection between Mystique and Rogue and how you know how that relationship kind of is because that's one side that I really didn't haven't got too much information on as I've gone through. So would like Mystique and Rogue, what's the connection? How does it work? Because that's like to me that's never been clear. What she's like, I've heard that that Mystique adopted her. I think that's like the new one that they're going with. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
You still there, Triage? Oh, I think his mic dropped out.
Oh man.
Dude. But yeah, from everything I've ever seen, it's been adopted daughter. So I wanna know what that connection is because they made it a big point in X Men Evolution. Like it was actually
Yes.
like a strong pin in the story arc.
Yes, and it made sense. It made the story arc
And I
made
remember like
sense.
Rogue was secretly meeting with Mystique like after school or and shit like that.
Yep. Yep.
My check, Triage, you there?
Yeah, my fault. I'm here.
Oh, okay, there we go. All right. Thought man, mic dropped out. Um so no, I had asked what is would you be able to expand more on the connection between Mystique and Rogue for me?
So, like I said, the whole thing with them using them as child soldiers, I'm thinking that the whole goal with Rogue was that Rogue was supposed to be like their ultimate, not Trojan horse. What's the word I'm looking for?
Trump
Subterfuge,
card?
like
Yes. So because the whole thing was that Rogue originally got recruited to take out Captain Marvel. That's how Rogue wound up with super strength and the ability to fly. So
Mm-hmm.
if you know that material, it's because when she trained Rogue to use her abilities, when she adopted her, she had her attack Captain Marvel. She pervaded her into a fight, and then Rogue absorbed her powers, but she told her to hold on to her, and then thus by holding on to her too long, she permanently retained her abilities and put Miss Marvel in a coma.
Yep.
damn.
And then
Yeah, and
that
then it was,
storyline was woof. That shit got really convoluted really quickly, didn't it?
and then it's shown in the animated series that the whole thing was that when that happened, that she started hearing her and seeing her to the point where she fled because she felt like Mystique used her. So then once she met Xavier, Xavier was able to shut her out of Rogue's mind for a period of time.
Mm. And didn't they like in order to fix it, they had to go to like eternity or something and make a wish to try to fix whatever damage had been done.
That one I'm not sure. About to say, I know eternity is a big thing and it's very rarely used out of context in the MCU, and I know he plays big parts in certain.
Yeah.
Is eternity male or female?
Think they're either.
I'll say I'm not sure because I know as far as that goes is that eternity is used in certain stories, but I don't think that was necessarily one that it played a big part in. Don't quote me, I could be wrong.
Yeah, I thought that was like the biggest problem with the story that people didn't like was the fact that they felt it was quickly resolved. You know what I mean? Oh, simple fix, just a wish from, just make a wish. That's it, and then everything's back to normal. So I remember a lot of people were like kind of like were upset like the way that storyline had kind of rounded off.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
Like the character Rogue is just like again, she starts off as essentially a villain and then ends up having a turn and ends up becoming an X-Men on like a probationary period where she ends up jumping in front of a bullet to protect someone.
Okay.
And then they made her a full member.
Okay. That's good. That's nice to do.
No, I don't know. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do. I don't really think we're gonna see a Rogue anytime soon live action. Personally, not me. I don't think so.
I mean, I hope that we see something like that happen. That would be cool. You know, that would, I know fans would be happy with that, but you know, we don't know. Like you
who
said.
would you cast? Triage, who would you cast if they were to change actors for Rogue? I don't know. Who would you cast, Jay?
That is a good question.
Would you cast as who?
Rogue. If you were to recast her.
Oh.
I know.
How old are we talking?
Let's do like a grown up Rogue now. You know, 40s.
Yeah, like.
But I feel like the last one we got wasn't necessarily young, so it's like. But then again, I don't want to say that. I don't want to age shame the actress. I would say, I think early 20s. But my question is, who can do the Southern Belle accent?
Yeah, that would be very.
She gotta sound like she walked straight off the plantation.
Damn.
Damn.
But she also gotta have like a bit of rasp in her voice too.
What, like a smoker?
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Like Rogue did always kind of sound like she smoked a pack a day a little bit.
That's hard. I'm.
Or no, more so like she regularly drank moonshine straight.
Moonshine straight is crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how country she gotta be for me. Like her accent. I want her accent to be as hard as fucking Channing Tatum's Gambit accent was.
Oh shit! I just thought of a good one. Maybe.
Good.
Emily Osment.
Emily Osment. Yes. Hold on. Huh.
She plays the fiance of the older brother in
and
Sheldon.
Young Sheldon.
young Sheldon.
And of course, Hannah Montana, her best friend, whatever.
Back in the day, yep.
Yeah, I can see that.
She has a pretty good accent, for a country.
Mm-hmm.
She can do it.
And like I said, we've seen her play, that that rough kind of character before too, because she was also Spy Kids 2.
Yep.
Gertie.
Yeah. As a child actress, she had a lot of
kind of like roles, rough girl kind of like roles.
Yeah.
So I can see that. I can wow. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know. That's literally only because I watched it. It was on my Netflix queue, and I saw a scene.
Saw a scene for what?
Made me think of it. Young Sheldon, and for casting for Rogue, I said Emily Osment.
Nah, I like that. You don't know who Emily Osment is?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now that wouldn't be a terrible casting choice.
Yeah. Nah, honestly, I can't. I don't think I can think of a better one.
It's hard. It's hard.
But I don't know. I'm interested to see how they're gonna make that work.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. But final remarks on Nightcrawler, Mystique, Rogue.
So my final remarks on Rogue is that whoever does it has got to be very forthright, very powerful, and very, very steadfast. Nightcrawler has to bring the charismatic and the beauty of the character to life, along with the religious backbone, and then Mystique's got to be a straight killer.
Yeah. Yep. Like I gotta see every time Mystique busts a cap into somebody, fucking Nightcrawler says a prayer for him.
Damn.
Lord, please forgive my mother for she has sinned.
Damn.
Insanity.
I gotta that would be dope. And then Rogue over, nice mama, as she fucking haymaker somebody in the fucking face. Yeah.
She knows Brazilian jiu-jitsu and just puts a triangle choke into someone, just puts them to sleep.
Yeah. Midair while flying.
Exactly. With her legs. Yes.
That just got super sexual, but it's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse these perverts.
Whoa.
Yo, there's a lot of locks in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You use your legs for it, all right?
Mm-hmm. He's clearly tapped out all night before.
Oh man, no, that'd be dope. That'd be really dope. I don't know. Yeah, my final remarks. Again, Nightcrawler. I really liked his portrayal from the original X-Men films, and with the original actor coming back, I'm hoping that they are still able to bring he's still able to bring that level of life to that character, especially because I've heard in other interviews that he hated playing the character.
Well, I think this is between the makeup and everything else,
in the beginning,
that right there will do it for a lot of people.
Yeah, he said it was the worst time he ever had playing a character, and then to come back, I just hope that he's still able to become that character again, despite whatever his last experience was. And again, he's going to be quite an older version of this character.
You know what? I think that he for an actor, for the type of person he is, he has a lot of passion, and I
Oh
think
yeah,
that he's gonna do the character justice. You know,
yeah.
I can
I'm
see
pretty
it.
sure
I'm excited.
I'm pretty sure he's classically trained. He's a classically trained actor. I'm pretty sure.
Nah, wouldn't surprise me.
You know. So my big thing is I just hope that he's gonna bring that same energy. Um. And
Hell
then
yeah!
I need the costume to be on point. I need the Nightcrawler costume to be on fucking point. I don't care which one they do because I think all of his costumes have been fire, except the one that he wore when he became Spider-Man recently in that little recent weird little run. But like any of his costumes would be fire for me. Because if they're trying to go comic book accurate with these costumes, yes. I need to see that. I need to see these costumes.
Yeah. Oh, say Jay. Final remarks.
I really love what you stated. What you said. We just have to see like a deadlier Mystique, or an an all out Mystique, no chance taking. Getting the job done.
Copy that.
I hope they bring out like a good actor for Rogue. I don't know, doubt it. And I just hope that they have good story arcs, man.
That part right there.
Really.
All right, boys. What do you want to go over next?
Damn. Brother, I don't know, man.
I'll brainstorm and get back to you.
Yeah, because I'm definitely feeling maybe more of from the mystic side of Marvel. Take a look at a few of the characters on that side, from the Doctor Strange realm.
Okay.
Because I know we've done Agatha already as well. But
yeah, we've touched on Wanda, Agatha, like together, and the multiverse of madness. I think we talked about.
Yep, we did. Yep, we did that one. But yeah, I think we can kind of dig and dive in that bag a little bit, or like more like the underground, Marvel side, like Blade, shit like that. Things in those areas, in those areas, the darker side of Marvel.
Sounds like a plan. I'm in.
All right, I'm in too. And with that being said, y'all, that has been the Super Breakdown. I'm Power Maximus. We're here with everyone's favorite demigod, Lord Triage, and the Darth Legacy himself, Jason M40. And as always, remember, fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Fuck prep time.
Yeah.
Power Maximus drops the mic like Thor's hammer, boom, chasing M40, scheming plots in the writer's room. Lord Triage stitches through his threads in the loom. Pop culture dissected, every panel consumed. Comics, anime, films on rewind. Deep dives, we leave no frame behind. It's a super breakdown, we're cracking the code. Heroes and villains, we lighten the load. From the pages to the screen, we take you inside. Super breakdown, it's one wild ride. X-ray the pixels, every Easter egg's exposed. Marvel to DC where the fandom explodes. From Akira to Gotham, the saga unfolds. We're the narrators of myths, the keepers of old. Anime battles, box office wars, we dig for the gems, open the door.